The sat phone rang at 2:17 a.m. We were 100 miles offshore. The water was black glass, the rig humming like a metal heart. I wiped the grease off my hands before answering. I wish I hadn't. "Mr. Maddox?" a woman asked. Her voice was flat, bureaucratic. "This is Child Protective Services. Your son was found alone, wandering by Route 67. I didn't say anything. In the background," she hesitated, "we heard him crying. He said, 'Mom's friend told me to get out.'" There was a silence that followed, the kind that sets your bones to shiver, even in the heat. The foreman saw my face and didn't ask a thing. He just called for the emergency bird. I left without packing, without looking back. And as the chopper lifted, the ocean watched. Eli didn't recognize me at first. He was wrapped in a state-issued blanket. Dirt under his nails, shoes mismatched, eyes red and swollen like he'd forgotten how to stop crying. The social worker offered weak coffee and forms I didn't read. I signed everything. She asked if I had any idea who Derek was. I told her no, but the name tasted familiar, like something I'd tried not to swallow. Back home, the lights were on. The house was clean. Music played in the background, something cheap and romantic. She greeted me in a robe. "Oh my God, you're back early." Not shocked, not guilty, just off script. Eli ran to his room, slammed the door. She tried to kiss me. I stepped aside. My voice was ice. "He said your friend told him to get out." She blinked. A pause, a hitch. Then, "He misunderstood." I nodded. I didn't believe her, but I nodded. I didn't yell, didn't argue. Instead, I bought silence. A new phone, hidden cameras, tiny ones, hallway, living room, front porch. I told her work needed me on call. She smiled and kissed my cheek. I didn't flinch. The days blurred. She texted more, laughed louder, slept later. Eli stopped drawing, stopped talking. One night, while she thought I was on the rig, I watched the footage in real time. At 9:14 p.m., a man entered the house. Tall, bald, too familiar. Derek. He brought wine. She brought herself. At 9:37 p.m., they passed Eli's closed door without looking. At 10:02 p.m., Eli opened that same door and walked outside. No one noticed. Not until CPS found him 3 miles away, barefoot on cracked pavement. I waited. 2 days later, while she was at yoga, or pretending to be, I printed everything. Still frames, receipts, call logs. One photo showed Derek shirtless in our kitchen, Eli's cereal bowl behind him. She came home humming, dropped her keys, took off her heels. "Hey babe, wanna order in tonight?" I handed her the folder. She opened it like it was a bill, and froze. Where did you—" "Doesn't matter." She flipped faster. The panic bloomed. "You don't understand. You locked him out," I said, "so you could let someone else in." She shook her head, eyes glassy. "No, it wasn't like that. I didn't know." I walked past her. "No," I said, "you didn't care." The lawyer's office was quiet. The emergency hearing faster than expected. Full custody granted. Supervised visitation denied. The judge called her neglect chronic and egregious. I just called it betrayal. When she tried to cry in the hallway, I didn't look at her. When she tried to grab my arm, I pulled away like she was smoke. Later that night, I returned home and packed everything. Not mine, hers. Every piece of jewelry I'd ever bought. Every gift. Every staged photograph. Every wedding dress fitting she made a drama out of. All boxed, all labeled, deceit. I left it on her new boyfriend's doorstep. Taped the still image of Derek with Eli's cereal behind him to the top. No note. Some truths speak louder in silence. Eli laughs again. It's small, unsure, but real. He holds my hand when we cross streets now. Double checks the lock before bed. I never taught him that. She did. Some nights I watch him sleep, and I wonder how long he'll carry her shadow before the sun burns it off. She texts sometimes. I never reply. Not out of hate, out of understanding. She was a storm pretending to be a home, and I believed her until she left my son out in the rain. I don't miss her. I don't forgive her. But I thank her for showing me who she was before she had the chance to destroy him too. The oil rig taught me how to contain pressure, but she taught me how to bury it so deep it never boils again.